This is Mag212, and this is my modified Nerf Demolisher, which was modeled after a Borderlands sniper rifle. I'll go over the internal modifications, the paint job, and show you it firing. I used a Demolisher as the base because I think it has a very sleek shell. And to make it a little more streamlined and extend the barrel to make it look like a sniper rifle, I cut off the missile launcher. I didn't fill the gap on the bottom because I think it's actually slightly cleaner looking in my opinion. I also have an integrated rapid strike stock. I just cut this off from one of my rapid strikes and I glued it on here. Then I also have a long strike barrel and a Centurion bipod, both of which are detachable. I also have a long CPVC pipe. It's not functional, but it makes it look really cool, and it kind of emulates the double barrel of some of the sniper rifles in Borderlands. Continuing with the external modifications, I have a tack rail right here. This is actually a tactical rail from a rapid strike. Then I bolted a piece of polycarbonate to the Demolisher, and then I glued the rail to the polycarbonate. And that allows me to attach a sight here. I initially had the sight over here, but I think it looks maybe a little bit awkward because in a sniper rifle, it just looks a little better in the back. This scope right here is actually not a Nerf scope. It's from the Busby Rangemaster. So how do I get this to attach to any Nerf rail? I took the attachment part from a Retaliator foregrip. The piece is the same for all Nerf attachments, so you could use any one. And then I use cable ties or zip ties to attach it. So just a close-up look. This is my Retaliator attachment point, and I have these black cable ties, and they go through underneath, and then you can slide it onto any tactical rail. Now getting onto the internal modifications, everything was pretty simple. It's kind of just like a Strife. I took out the mechanical locks so I could pull the trigger whenever I want, and I also took out the electronic locks so that I can rev with my access door open if I had batteries. And on top of that, I also took out the thermistor. That covers the internal and external cosmetic modifications to this gun. So now I'll go over what paints I used for my paint job. The base coat was a Duplicolor black vinyl dye spray paint. I used about 2 cans of that, and then on top of that I have Techless Blue from Citadel. And if you noticed, I also have Citadel Lothern Blue, but honestly you really can't tell the difference unless you're really up close. I realize it's really hard for you to tell on camera, but this and this are Lothern Blue, and then this long stripe and this part here are Techless Blue. It would be pretty hard for you to see that, but it does look kind of neat. And then over everything, I have a silver dry brushing with Testor's enamel. I also left a lot of the internal components orange because I didn't want paint to scrape away on the moving parts, especially the access door, trigger, and this barrel piece right here. But now that I think I've gotten everything out of the way, I'll show you it firing. So it's firing pretty well from the demo, as you can see. Pretty much the same as every other modified flywheel gun. I really like the looks, and it's a ton of fun to play with. The Rapid Strike stock looks really nice, and the Long Strike barrel is probably one of my favorite barrel attachments. It's also very comfortable, especially if you're a bigger person, and it's very nice to hold and shoulder. But that's my overview on my modified Demolisher. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.